We're taking a look at the Big Fish 120 V2, updated with new colors and features for 2022. Today we're walking through the Big Fish 120 V2 in the green flash, which is one of our new colors for this year. A really sharp poppy color on the water as well. If you're familiar with the Big Fish series at all, you know these kayaks are big on capacity, they're big on storage, and with the addition of the upgraded seat, which we'll get to here in a moment, they're really big on comfort. We'll get started in the front here of the 120 with the molded in handle. An excellent way, obviously, to carry the kayak, but a great addition for a tie-down point when you're transporting the boat to and from the lake. We've got a big storage area here recessed into the kayak with some bungees to help keep anything from blowing away or keep that tied down while you're out on the water, as well as a few recesses here that you'll notice. Those are rod tip protection. So if you wanted to stash a rod while you're coming into a dock, or maybe even transport a couple of rods in the kayak when you're going to and from the lake, that just helps protect the tips. And we've got the removable sonar pod or storage pod, depending on how you want to use that. It comes out of the kayak, allows you to mount a transducer. If you wanted to run some electronics, you can mount that to the bottom. Plenty of room in there, though, for a battery to run those electronics, or just storing things while you're out on the water. And the lid of the storage pod is also a nice deep recess there with some texture on it, so it's a great place to just toss some pliers or fishing lures or really anything while you're out on the water as well. Moving into the cockpit of the Big Fish 120, we've got some adjustable foot pegs here to help you find the most comfortable position, as well as a cup holder for all of your beverage needs. We've got a stand-up leash here to help you get in and out of the seat, as well as some Unitrack accessory rails on either side, which help you utilize Unitrack accessory plates to add a wide variety of accessories to the kayak. Fish finders, rod holders, additional cup holders, whatever you fancy here. This is a great opportunity to really customize the kayak. Again, big on storage and big on real estate here in the cockpit. The Big Fish 120's got a lot of room in here to move around, or if you're like me, collect lures while you're out fishing. But we got a nice textured floor here as well to keep things from getting too slippery. And that brings us to the most visual change here on the Big Fish V2s, and that is the new seat. A nice comfortable seat here, a new backrest design, really helps you dial in that perfect seating position as well if you're out on the water for long days. And it still gives you the option to have a low and a high position on the seat, as well as to kick this seat back into the lean bar mode. We've got some bungees on either side to store your paddle when you're not using it, and there's some molded in storage on either side of the seat. Finally, as we move into the back of the 120 here, again, big on real estate back here. A lot of storage area on the 120, big enough for coolers and crate bags, and probably 3 days worth of camping gear back here if you really wanted to get adventurous. You've got some bungees to hold this in place, and some various tie-down points as well, just for a little DIY securing of your goods. We've got some scupper holes here in case you get any water in the back. That just helps everything drain out. And we've got some more of those Unitrack accessory rails on either side, as well as some flush-mounted rod holders with leashes to keep your rods secure. And in the very back, we've got another molded-in handle, but the Big Fish series is pre-plumbed to be able to install a beaver tail rudder system, which is a super helpful accessory on this series of boats. And finally, the last of the updates here on the V2 Big Fish series, which is a beefed up skid plate to just, again, help protect with the hull while you're transporting the boat around. And that's the Big Fish 120 V2 from 3Waters Kayaks. To learn more, check out your local dealer or head on over to 3waterskayaks.com.